it's time to get it like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin. Subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men.
And, Coach, we come at you from the shores of Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Rams and the Cleveland Browns. This will be taken short.
Let's go! Let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
Set 180! Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
A first down throw from Mayfield. Flush to his right. Got an open man. It's Foster. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mayfield to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Run. Out. Hurry.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hernandez. That one goes for 24 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
180! Check 13! Check 13! Regular! Switch! Slam! Check! King! Check.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. He takes us from the 30 to the 34.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. The pass rush specialist, D. Ford, in on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at the Browns' 31.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. Now a play fake, and it's locked. Flushed up, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. D. Ford coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Luck in the offense is going to stay out there.
Bravo!
They snap it to Luck. And able to find Dorsett. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Hey, Orville!
On first down, it's Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Gurley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
12, 11. Watch the motion.
3rd and 2, Luck. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. The kick by Carlson is good. And the Rams have the first points here. It's 3-0. a dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
Huh? You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out that just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult pull to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Here's Mayfield. Lets it go for Nelson. He's got it at the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. J.J. Nelson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Safety's creeping. Shift.
They try right side here, Gurley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Zoo. Get him. You got him.
To throw is Locke. He's got his man Sharp, complete. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a 1st down.
Hey, Will.
First down.
Check. Bang. Mexico. Blue draw Corker.
On 1st down, it's Locke. That's going to be caught by Samuel. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
2 minutes to play. Half 7-3, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They run. It's Gurley. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. From the 50, it's Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. But what do you think? You get the ball off the turnover near the middle of the field, you take a shot.
Big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you, you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an interception. He'll go to the check down, go to a second option, and go ahead and take the play that's in front of him.
Over the middle, complete. That's Hernandez. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Motion, motion. I got one. Hey, good.
Off of play action, Luck. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Luck. Complete to Dorsett. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6. Mike 29. Come to my work. We want it. Come to my work. 11B.
They'll fake it. Now Luck. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. In danger of squandering their great field position as they come up on a 3rd and 7.
Hey, Delta. Hey,
From the gun, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. Gay's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the late turnover, that turns into 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to capitalize and get the three that you just mentioned on the other side of the field, kicking themselves. You think they'll be talking about ball security in the locker room?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. That'll be the first talking point.
Come on, Gay. Let's go.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
12. 29 is the Mike. Mike 29.
Hey, Alpha.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. All day. All day.
The final shot before the break. Luck taking a shot for Samuel. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
Come on, fellas.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Luck, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A.
Hey, wahoo! Pilot, 64, weak.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Wide, get wide. I got him, on me.
Play action, it's Luck. He's got his man, this is Tate. First down Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46.
Hey, high 7.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
11 feet. 12. Hey, Charlie.
29 is the Mike. Mike 29. It's our time.
11. 12.
Slam. Go ahead, baby. Go.
Luck throwing again. Dorsett making the catch. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
Single.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Go.
Mike 29. I know he ain't got it.
To the air again, Luck. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 22-yard line. Luck on first down. And that that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've helped. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. D Ford, his second sack of the night.
Quo. 29
is Mike 29. Hey.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off at the 16. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Watch the eye. Check nickel.
Hey, alert. Jim.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
On third down, Mayfield. Throw left side complete. It's Hernandez. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Point it right. 180. Check. Real. Hey, Foxtrot. Hurry.
First down, Mayfield. Open man, here's Foster. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
He wasn't ready.
Run.
Switch.
Regular. Hurry.
Going to the air again with Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot.
It's now third down.
Mayfield and this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Don't get nervous. Hey, alert 33.
Hey, check my 50.
Hurry.
Check my 50. Here we go, team.
3rd and long for Mayfield. Going up top. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27.
Come on, guys. Let's go.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to win?
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Philip Dorsett, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that slices the lead down to 17-10. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33. Run. Bravo.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
Second and 9 at the Rams' 35-yard line.
Hey, orbit. Hurry.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. Got an open man. It's Foster. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Robert Foster, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you worked on.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. J.J. Nelson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions. but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They snap it to Locke. Completes it to Samuel. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 43. Eluding the pressure right. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 33. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. It sets him back for second down.
At the 33-yard line.
Good. 180. 50.
Rip left, rip left.
Up. Hey, zoom.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now Mayfield. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hernandez. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey, alert. Crunch. 80 weapon. Kings. Hey, seam 6. Hurry. You don't see me in your night.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. He's going to air one out. And this is going to be incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position.
674.
Watch the slant. 29 is the mic.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. 39 yards there. A big one. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Locke. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Following the interception, Mayfield. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 45.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. It's caught. Nelson. Last play, they got stumped at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, the rookie from Florida. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
This will be taken very short.
Here we go. Here we go.
The Browns
Here we
take
go.
over 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber. Point it right, point it right, point it right. Run, run, run. Shoot. Regular. Hey, alert 33. Run. Back. Done.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction. And that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
Tackles. Motion. 12.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
29 is the mic.
One last throw here for Love. He's got